The other big story this week, the Chicago Bears firing offensive coordinator Shane Waldron 9 games into the season. Tuesday is when it happened. Wednesday is the typical, if you're playing on a Sunday, day that people meet with the media. Here's both head coach Matt Eberflus and quarterback Caleb Williams on the ascension of Thomas Brown to be the offensive coordinator now that Waldron is gone.
Very excited about him being the play call and the offensive coordinator, our leader of our offense going forward for the rest of the season, and brings passion, energy, tenacity, toughness, collaboration. You could certainly see that yesterday during the game planning phase of using all the minds and everybody there. I thought that was excellent to see with those guys working together.
I think we'll do a good job of marrying everything up together, making everything look the same, and then from there, you'll get a few easier passes, few extra layups. I think it'll help us in the run game. I think it'll help us in the pass game.
What I'm looking for the offense is creativity. Working the guys into open positions on the field, and that takes creativity. But it takes everybody. Working with everybody to be able to get that done. If it's Chris, if it's the running back coach, whoever it might be, using everybody to really do a good job to create that openness, in space to get our athletes in that area.
I don't know about you, but the way that Eberflus was addressing the promotion of Thomas Brown to offensive coordinator, I'm sitting here thinking, why didn't you just hire him to be the offensive coordinator in the first place? Like, this guy's so great. How did he end up being the passing game coordinator, not the offensive coordinator? Regardless, Shane Waldron wasn't getting it done. And is this just a desperation play by Eberflus to save his job, or is this Waldron, for whatever reason, wasn't working? It was bad. It was a mistake. We never should have hired him. We should have hired Thomas Brown to be the coordinator right out of the gates. Time will tell whether it makes a difference. Matt Eberflus also was asked this simple question yesterday as it relates to the flip from Waldron to Brown. Was this all your decision?
My decision. Of course, I use counsel, with Ryan. Of course, I always have a meeting on Monday, with Ryan, George, and Kevin. And I've always used those guys for counsel. But my decision.
When you met with Ryan, George, Kevin, did you receive assurances about your job security through all of this?
You know what? We were not talking about that. We were talking about answers going forward. And that's what the conversation was about.
Yeah, they had the conversation about whether you get fired after you left the room. I mean, he mentioned meeting with Ryan Poles, the GM, George McCaskey, the chairman of the team, and Kevin Warren, the president of the team. So it's my decision, but I got counsel from the people I work for. I really wish, and I understand that the coach needs to project a certain amount of leadership and command, but unless you are the owner of the team, or at least the general manager, maybe the president as well, unless they give you all the titles, you work for somebody. We all work for somebody. We all have limits to the decisions we can make when we work for somebody. They don't counsel you. They're not your consigliere. You're theirs. They make the decisions. And if you're smart, you do the things that you sense they want you to do. They don't have to tell you to do it. Billionaire's privilege. Made that point many times in many settings over the years, whether it's at PFT, whether it's here, whether it's in Playmakers. Jimmy Haslam, he doesn't walk around telling people what to do. You don't have to. When you got enough zeros in the account, when you're the guy that has the pink slip to the franchise, the people who want to continue to work for you are smart enough to take their cues without you having to give them orders. They're not counseling Matt Eberflus. They're letting him know what he needs to do to have a chance to not be the next one who gets fired. And I still feel like this is a stopover to Eberflus being gone and an offensive coach being hired to be fused together with Caleb Williams over the course of the next 10 years or longer. Hi, it's Mike Florio. Thanks for watching PFT on YouTube. Hit subscribe for the latest news and analysis from Pro Football Talk.